Welcome to this very significant meeting, and a particular welcome to those of you for whom this is your first visit to our beautiful state of Western Australia, to this university, which has one of the most beautiful university campuses in the world, and of course to Perth, which is now recognised by The Economist as being one of the world's top 10 most livable cities. We're extremely pleased that so many business and community leaders have been able to accept our invitation to continue the In the Zone conversation, which we here at the University of Western Australia started in 2009. This conference is taking place just a few weeks after the Commonwealth Government released its vision for Australia in the Australia in the Asian Century White Paper. And that paper has certainly given us plenty to think about in terms of research, innovation, commercialisation, and what we as a nation should focus on. And we're very pleased to have two of its authors, David Gruen and John Denton, here for the conference. In many ways, though, Western Australia has for a number of years been leading Australia in developing a meaningful relationship with our Asian neighbours. For the past decade, the state's economy has grown at a faster rate than the rest of Australia, with the value of trade from WA more than doubling since 2007. And to quote Catherine Carver, Head of Institutional Banking at the ANZ, and one of this afternoon's speakers, WA's exports now represent nearly 45% of the Australian total. In The Australian last week, Catherine noted also that WA's demographics have developed as rapidly as trade. Almost 40% of WA residents were born overseas, making Perth a more multicultural city than either Melbourne or Sydney, something that comes as a surprise to Melbourne and Sydney residents. Our fastest growing communities, migrant communities here in Perth, are from China, India, the Philippines, and Korea. And WA is known as Catherine Carver has noted, as much for our technical and managerial expertise in engineering and mining services and in finance services as we are for our natural resources. I think it wouldn't be stretching the argument too far to claim that many of these Asia-savvy engineers, miners, and business people have been educated here on this University of Western Australia campus. Since the founding of the university 100 years ago, it's been our mission to be an intellectual and creative resource to the communities we serve. And we've long recognized that the term communities has broadened to encompass not only local and national communities, but also our global partners, and to a very large extent, our international neighbors who share the same time zone and geographical position in the world. In many areas, both economic and social, our Western Australian community has stronger relationships with nations to our north than to some parts of Eastern Australia. And this is particularly so when we consider the importance of our state's resources to the growth of many Asians in the Asian and Indian Ocean Rim. I think this puts us in a very important position to help develop the strategic global partnerships through which we can address challenges of the future. The University of Western Australia takes very seriously its role as a catalyst for informing public policy dialogue about key issues. To this end, the university designed the In the Zone series of conferences and forums to reflect what we see as one of our state's greatest advantages, the fact, as Elena noted, that we operate in the same time zone as 60% of the world's population, and in the same zone as the nations promising the greatest economic growth in the 21st century. The In the Zone series also recognises that WA is the powerhouse of the Australian economy and that our nation's ongoing prosperity is closely aligned to the transformative growth of Asia. Our university and Perth enjoy a location that gives us genuinely unique perspective. Here we are on the eastern rim of the Indian Ocean and the western edge of our country. And it's from this privileged geographical position that we hope to generate new insights into our global neighbourhood and some of the key policy questions facing Australia and the region. Perth's enormous geostrategic significance provides us with an opportunity to build on this to maintain and strengthen our relevance on the global stage. We were very pleased to welcome United States Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton to our campus 2 weeks ago to launch the new UWA-based Perth US-Asia Centre, which I believe will quickly become the leading policy think tank on the Australia-Asia-US strategic and economic relationship. Another distinguished visitor to our university is Indonesia's Vice President, Professor Dr. Bodiono. Last week we were pleased to announce the establishment of 4 scholarships in his name, which will boost Indonesian culture and language studies here at UWA. Professor Dr. Bodiono has strong ties with this university, where his contribution to global affairs was recognized last year with the award of an honorary doctorate. He graduated from UWA more than 40 years ago, and he was one of the early Colombo Plan students. When he received his honorary degree, he acknowledged the extent to which this university had provided him with the building blocks for his view of the world, and how doors of opportunity opened to him because of the people he met and his experiences here. And I've no doubt that many international students and graduates have the same feeling of gratitude to this and other Australian universities for enabling cross-cultural friendships and the opportunity to study abroad. We are enthusiastic about taking a key role in the unfolding Australian-Asian relationship and in helping to build alliances that will contribute to regional stability, security and peace. Right across our region, I believe a positive future will depend not only on government-to-government or business-to-business partnerships, but through deep relationships that can also develop through educational connections. In that regard, we're sure that In the Zone, with the backing of the University of Western Australia, will provide an important and ongoing partnership for discussion, debate and information sharing. I hope that you will all enjoy the fruitful discussion as you engage in this comprehensive In the Zone programme over the next 2 days. Thank you.